Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, and in today's video we're going to be doing the Otherworld Warriors against the Otherworld Edition Extreme Zenith Battle. This is a topic of some outrage among the community because we're losing essentially 33 Dragon Stones here. Because people complained about having to do 2 EZA'S, it being taking a long time. I never complained like that because I felt that was worth it for the stones that we were gonna get. Okay? Now, I can understand when they're doing it like the Peppy Gals, multiple EZA'S at the same time, and all the banner units, multiple but ones at the same time, following the theme. I'm perfectly fine with that because you don't get 3 Dragon Souls for doing time missions at 10 and 20 and a category mission at level 20 or above. It's that you get a Dragon Stone for each one you take to level 15 super attack. So for me, those were all very well made, very well thought out, and in as much also just a bonus on top of everything else that the devs give us in this game, which is quite a lot, to be honest. Okay, we got this Festival of Battles, we got Ultimate Thrilling Battle, we got 10th Anniversary Battles, which was an entire revamp, plus Dragon Stones and everything else, and equipment for the Hidden Potential system. There were many good things that we were given that they never had to give, which made this the best anniversary of any gacha game I've ever played in my 10 years. In no uncertain terms, it was the best one. So, when we ask for something, we need to consider our circumstances, that if we say it takes too long to do 2 separate EZA'S, they're going to give us a boon and say, here, now you only have to do it once. We'll bundle them together. But in return, you'll only be getting the amount of stones as if you were doing it for just one. This needs to be taken into account, is that when we ask for something, what would the likelihood of any solutions happen? Now, if we were to suggest a full-on solution, it's one thing, right? We had also complained about LR EZA'S being only 10 stages. Do we get our 33 Dragon Stones? Yes, we do. It's instead now 3 Dragon Stones for each level, and 3 for doing the mission associated with it. Now, I'm not going to complain about this kind of EZA that we have here for Otherworld Edition. I'm not going to complain that it's less stones by any chance. I don't feel like that is a valid argument here. As you guys can see, I am sitting at like 2,500, yeah. There were quite a bit of these are actually free stones that they just gave out events and stuff. I've been grinding events left, right, and center. There's lots and lots of Dragon Stones for most players who don't touch red zones or the Super Battle World like I have up until the 10th anniversary. I figured I have now currently enough units to go and do all of these older events with minimum stress. And truth be told, the stress I'm having has to do with the newer content, not the older content. So I'm going to cut out here and come back by stage 10, 20, and then the last 3 levels. And I'm going to try and do breakdown of the EZA'S along with it at that point. See you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, we're back for stage 10. The mission is 1 minute and 30 seconds. My weak link is of course the Super EZA Ojina. Let's go into the details. Okay, so Connected Hope category goes from 170 to 180% stats, and that's the whole leader skill difference. The super class is still 130%, same thing, right? Yeah. Both are 170, they're 130 for the secondary. Okay, he goes from greatly raising attack and greatly lowering attack to greatly raising attack and defense for 1 turn and greatly lowering attack. Okay. The unit super attack goes from greatly raising attack for 1 turn, attacks effective with ones against all types, and greatly lowers attack to, again, attack and defense for 1 turn. The activation conditions are the same, no big deal, no difference. Now here's where it gets different. Okay, so attack and defense 150 goes to 200, high chance of evading, and super class allies key +2 and attack and defense plus 30%. Totally crushed the time thing here. Okay. Move to the next stage. I did make sure to have it on the screen just for you guys so you can see. Okay, so this next part is entirely new. For 7 turns from the character's entry turn, defense plus 200% and guards all attacks. Okay, now here's where this changes significantly. Is 3 or more key spheres obtained used to be super class allies key +2 and defense attack and defense plus 30%. It is now Otherworld Warriors and Connected Hope category allies attack and defense plus 30%. And launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack. One or more key spheres obtained went from key +4 and high chance of evading enemies' attack and seals attacked enemies super attack. Went to chance of evading enemies' attack plus 20%. Because he already has a high chance, and now it's a 70% chance. Yeah. And then seals the attacked enemy's super attack for 2 turns, which is a bonus. And then when attacking with 12 or more key, gets 200% attack and defense. The active skill doesn't change, it's the same. And I'll be honest with you guys, not having the super class straight up buff is weird. They should have that as part of... Oh no, he does. They do. Never mind. That's part of the basic effects. My mistake. That's part of the basic effect, and then Otherworld and Connected Hope gets an additional attack and defense plus 30% with 3 more keys obtained. Okay. I'll catch you guys in a little bit at stage 20. And we're back. Stage 20. The miracles of gaming. And as you can see, I have up on the screen JANEMBA's EZA. Same as PAIKON, just 10% more for the stats of the main category, which is Corona Body and Mind. Okay, pre-EZA, he has 120% attack and defense and guards. He has now 180% guards and 50% damage reduction rate, and extreme class allies key +2 on attack and defense 30%. Used to be 4 or more type key spheres obtained, meaning you couldn't use a rainbow orb in there. Extreme class allies key +1 attack and defense 30%. Post EZA, 3 or more type key spheres obtained. Corroded body and mind and uncontrollable power category allies attack and defense 30%. No extra key there. Launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack. 2 or more rainbow key spheres obtained pre EZA, 30% damage reduction rate. Now you just need 1 rainbow key sphere, and he gets 150% defense and 30% damage reduction. And then for every attack received, plus 20% attack, up to 100%, and damage reduction rate minus 5%, only until minus 50%. Again, the active skill doesn't change whatsoever, and I'll be back shortly with the Super JANEMBA EZA details by around stage 26-7 when I get back. Alright. Right, guys, and we're back. And I switched up the team a little bit. I made it harder and more difficult for me to do. So, here's hoping I can still auto this with this team. And I'm doing this for you benefits so that you can, if you don't have the new units from the 10th anniversary or you're a returning player, hopefully you'll be able to get it done. Okay? Alright, now to go into the EZA details for JANEMBA. For the Super JANEMBA part. Basic effects is 180% attack and defense randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to any one type of key sphere. Now his basic effect is 200% attack and defense. Randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to any one type of key sphere. Changes key spheres AGL to rainbow. Guards all attacks. And a high chance of evading enemy's attack. 3 or more keys, well, he's got that guard now anyway, so he used to be for 1 turn he had guard, now he has guard permanently. 3 or more key spheres obtained used to be 40% attack. Now it's 100% attack and defense. And launches an additional super attack. 1 or more rainbow key spheres obtained was high chance of evading enemy's attack. Now it's an additional 30% plus the high chance that he has at any given time to dodge. Then after dodging an attack, he performs a critical hit upon his next attack. We saw that mechanic with the bosses in the anniversary battles, except that it seemed like it was there permanently for the rest of the turn. And then post EZA, when attacking with 12 or more key, he has 250% attack and defense. All in all, a very solid EZA. Oh, I missed one part. Before he attacks, he has 30% damage reduction to Super JANEMBA. So, all in all, this is a rather good unit. I'm not so sure about Festival of Battles, but it's a decent enough unit. Okay, on to the STR PAIKON for global. Okay, PAIKON used to do nothing. It used to just be key +2, HP tech defense 70%. Good leader skill, greatly lowered attack on the super, and has 100% attack and all enemies defense minus 50%. That was the entire passive. Okay, now post EZA, he's got a few things going, okay? Raises attack and defense for one turn, causes supreme damage, and greatly lowers attack. That's this new super attack. He now has 30% more to stats, and one more key. Same. Oh, I lost. Okay, fair enough. It's gonna happen with this team, but I probably wouldn't be losing if I wasn't on auto. Should be plenty to tank around here. Yep, this should do it. On auto. Okay, now he's got 150% attack and defense. All enemies minus 50% launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack. For 4 turns, he's got a 50% chance of evading the enemy's attacks. And for every super attack performed, he gets key +1 and attack and defense plus 20% permanently. Permanently. This might be a festival of battles. At least until getting that. I doubt it. This is a banner EZA. It's not really that great. And then a chance of performing a critical hit and chance of evading enemy's attack plus 10% up to 50%. When the target enemy is in the following status, attack or defense down, he gets another 100% attack. Before receiving an attack, he's got 50% damage reduction. And when all allies attacking the same turn are Otherworld warriors or tournament participant category characters, he gets another 100% attack and defense and a chance of performing your critical hits. And damage reduction rate of an additional 20%, and launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack. All in all, interesting. Lots of different things happening, but his stats are just not going to be there, per se. Okay, on to the Super KAIOKEN. Super Saiyan KAIOKEN. Super Saiyan KAIOKEN Goku. Yeah. Same as PAIKON, just physical. And key +4 attack, 120%, and medium chance of evading enemy's attack. Post EZA, yeah, key +3, 100% to physical. Massively raise it. Oh, did I do the super attack? No. The super attack was pre-EZA was immense damage to the enemy while sacrificing 5% HP. Post EZA, it's massively raising attack for 1 turn and immense damage to the enemy while sacrificing 5% HP. And there's going to be a lot happening here. Okay, let's get to it. Key +4 attack and defense plus 200% high chance of evading enemy's attack, which is 50%, and randomly changes in key spheres to key spheres of another type. Interesting. That's his basic attack. When receiving an attack, survives KO attacks up to once within a turn. So if it's a nuke attack at the end of, say, the 9th anniversary, part 2, where the Gammas do a nuke in the second phase after 2 turns, at the end of the second turn, you can survive this. Okay, he might actually be usable for one of the missions. When HP is 80% or more, defense plus 100%. When HP is 80% or less, changes key spheres from physical to STR. So yellow to red, or gold to red, whichever your pigmentation is on the setting on the phone. When attacking with 12 or more key, 100% attack and defense, and an additional attack and defense of 50% when HP is 80% or less. And with an STR physical key sphere obtained, launches 2 additional super attacks guaranteed. For every STR physical key sphere obtained, 40% attack and a chance of performing a critical hit of 10 plus 10%. When an AGL tech or int key sphere with an AGL tech or int key sphere obtained, he guards all attacks. And for every AGL tech or int key sphere obtained, he gets 20% attack and defense and an additional 5% of chance of avoiding the enemy's attack. So if you get 10 or more AGL tech or int key spheres, he's got plus 200% attack and defense and 100% chance to dodge. This is a very well-rounded EZA to an extent, because it's going to be very difficult getting 10 key orbs the further you go into a fight, because you're going to have many units just using up the rainbow key spheres attached to the other key spheres and back and forth, and it will get a little difficult to get that 10 key spheres. And there you guys have it. That's going to be the EZA details. Now on to stage 30. And let's see if I can auto it again. Auto it with a little bit of, nope. Let's just leave it at that. Let's see what this can do. And that'll be the EZA. Not even so difficult. Hardly any newer units. EZA's? Yes. These guys having an EZA would be great. These guys, this for EZA and this EZA, of course. Just gotta put on the damage. Put on the damage, and then it'll be easy. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys being here. Watch. I hope my explanations were easy to understand. If you can, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you all hopefully in the next video. Peace.